All right, we're going to get into things right now. I want to talk about the Shroud of Turin. Now, you may have heard about this Shroud of Turin. You can Google it, and basically, it's a shroud that has been discovered a while back, and it's supposed to be, linked to the Messiah being, a cloth that the Messiah was buried in. And there's been lots of skepticism about it, whether it's real or fake. And there's been lots of great studies been put forth by science, by religious authorities. It's, the Roman Catholicism, they really, are part of these things as well. And every so often they kind of release the shroud in terms of allow people to come and see it and look, and people pay homage and devotionals to it, and they'll, think it's something holy or not. And even if it was like dealing with the Messiah, again, we don't worship anything, any objects or anything of that nature and call them holy. So this Shroud of Turin, just gonna, as we kind of get into this topic here, you might have seen it before. And, just to give you a description, as you can see here, this is a body figure of a man, head to toe. And these things on the side are just where it was wrapped, and those were like rolls. So they would roll the thing and it was wrapped that way. So they have nothing to do with the actual image, even if this thing here looks like some little green alien or something. These are just on the side where the shroud was bent. And we can see, like, when it's dealing with the head, we do a close-up here, we got a pretty clear figure, or an imprint, let's call it, of a face. And it's been put forth greatly that again, this may be, they call Jesus the Christ, right, the Messiah, that way. I mean, when I just take a look at it, first of all, in terms of this, how the image looks, it doesn't look like a Gentile image to me. Nonetheless, it's hard to be really able to tell what type of image it is that way, because it's very, very old, and it's been faded, and they try to do this and that to kind of repair it and whatnot. But again, this has been something put forth in the world. You look at this image starting from the left, they try to project it over, as you can see, bringing it over to Gentile Jesus, so to speak. And even another depiction, from people who are just using these things as a model to try to fit together this idea of the shroud and, how the Messiah might have looked. Then again, with the body, they've also reconstructed like a 3D image, and these are all scars and all kind of things upon, this, basically it's a clay model or a plastic model image, and they used a lot of computer science, everything, to try to figure out the width and the thickness of the actual image. They've even gone so far again to, great studies have been put forth, and these so-called scholars and of the world and scientists, as they analyze the shroud, they try to come together to bring forth more lifelike image for them when it's in regards to this shroud. And you will even see it in a bronze image, and this is one of the final bronze images, again giving a depiction almost of a black Messiah, so to speak, even though they've Gentiled it down. But nonetheless, whether it was black, white, or any other type of national image, this Shroud of Turin is a fake, right? It's a hoax. It's put forth there just as Satan does, all kind of little deceptions, whether they're big deceptions, small deceptions. Evil is evil. So tell me, what do you think about these images so far before I even expose what's going on, which is not really that hard to expose. But what do you think? I want to go to another understanding as well. What you see on your screen, again, Shabbat Shalom coming in, is basically, this is the one piece. And as you can see, here, this is the head going up, coming across. This is just the bottom half, and this up here is the back part. So it was like it was put over him. So it's the Shroud of Turin is one piece, showing the head to the toe. So you'll see, like in this instance here, it's a one-piece thing. And so this comes down to like an easy understanding of this scripture here, but I like to give it forth and just make it very simple. John 11, and this is regarding Lazarus and when he was resurrected. Verse 44, it reads, "And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was bound about with a napkin. Joshua saith unto him, Loose him. Unto them, loose him, and let him go." So right off the bat, you see something very, interesting here, how the Israelites buried their dead. They would wrap them, right? And they would have, there'd be two pieces. There would be the body piece, this is the from hand to and foot with grave clothes, that way. And this, you can see that it says his face was bound about with a napkin. So we have two pieces here for Lazarus. And we continue regarding the Messiah and his resurrection. "And the napkin that was about his head, not lying with the linen cloths or linen clothes, but wrapped together in a place by itself." So again, we see clearly here that this is a napkin on his head and on his body. So right off the bat, we know that the Shroud of Turin, it just being one piece alone, it proves to be false and fake very, very simply by the scriptures. And these are the things that we have to do sometimes to prove certain things that are fake in the world. Find one or two verses and put it to the test. So there's no way in the world that the Shroud of Turin was the Messiah, however they want to depict it and how ancient they say it is and where they found it, and it was found here and there, and it was carried around the world, and people, were almost like trying to capture it kind of thing, some false history behind it. So simply put, it would be like this. You can see that we have this is a depiction of of Lazarus, of course in the animated Gentile way. But again, you have the head, and that would be one piece, and then you'd have the body that was bound, tied up. The hands were tied up and the legs were tied up so that they wouldn't move. They would just stay in one place. And this is how it is. Simply put, it was two pieces, a napkin and a body part of the cloth. So according to the scriptures, the Shroud of Turin is a hoax. As we can see very clearly, it is a hoax. It's not true. All praise to the Most High just for that simple understanding. But again, you'd be surprised how much people, are swayed by this. And this is something to think about. Many people would believe that this is the Messiah. Many people, most of Roman Catholicism would believe that. And again, they would be believing a lie. And that's not true at all. And this is a part of what people, I feel, even people believe certain things, the scriptures are going to stand true. So we've got to be very careful, and put everything to the test of scripture.